The Budapest 5 having a decision on where to start. They have selected that CT side, and that makes this pistol round very important indeed for the side of Budapest, for Dignitas rather, because on that T side, when you are hunting down that pistol round and able to convert 3 at the early stages of the half, it goes a long way to contributing towards that 6-round scoreline that you want to be looking for on the T side of this map. I think that Dignitas are going to be expecting more than 6 rounds at the end of this T half, because against the Budapest 5, they're an indefinitely weaker opponent in this series, and it might be quite a significant mental blow to the Dignitas boys if they aren't able to come out on top of this map. The odds coming through from our partners over at LootBet pretty much confirming my suspicions that Dignitas are the heavy favourites here. It's going to need to be some huge work from the Budapest 5 and going to need to start strong in their opening CT half if they want the ability to attempt this upset against Dignitas here and avoid dropping down into the early elimination best of 3. He's going quickly into the A bomb side, actually. Corey's here, but completely blind. So is Freiburg, though, so the kills are coming through for the CT side. Corey with 3 big headshots. Those flashes from the T side actually helping him massively there. Get Right's flash blinding 2 of his teammates in the site and allowing Corey to wrap around and capitalize when they were blind. Great adjustment from the Hungarian player in the A bomb site, and it's a vital pistol round that they've secured. Dignitas, they aren't too deterred off the back of that pistol round loss. They are going to be forcing up into the second round. Holzerk on the scout with Deagle supporting him. Freiburg has taken a dink immediately with his Deag. Forrest taken down by Fleeve now as well. This round already starting to go awry somewhat for the Dignitas squad. Holzerk attempts the peek outside, but Torji's able to shut it down. However, Exist does have 1 frag back. I don't think that rifle is necessarily recoverable, but the smokes might buy room for Exist to maneuver. He has a scout to hand, but this nade could deal some hefty damage indeed. In fact, it takes down Freiburg. The tag is landed onto Bedito, so there are 2 very low HP CT players at the moment. The problem is that Get Right has been waiting in lobby for a push this whole time, and unfortunately nobody from the Budapest 5 squad has been willing to peek into him. Yeah, right, just about surviving. The spam not quite yielding a kill, and low HP peeking from heaven. Might want to be careful up there, Fleeve. This Deagle can take you down rather quickly indeed. And so he may just back away. In fact, it's Bedito to fall first in CT. Flashy does have a shotgun, though, and these players are at very close range. None of them seem to anticipate any aggression out of Mini at the moment, but none of it's going to come through the smoke. Instead, Get Right is trying to spot out Fleeve. That is beautiful. This late round conversion is starting to get rather dangerous for Dignitas now. 2-on-2 scenario, but these positions are excellent in the A bomb site. Exist spots 1 player out, though, and decides they don't even want to commit to this. They can save M4s forward, and with so little time left on the clock, it's very unlikely that they end up winning. So, in a round where they looked as though they might be mopped up rather cleanly, instead, they take down 3 CTs and pick up 2 rifles to complement this upcoming round. Forrest, he's been able to get himself up on an AK as well, so this is a very dangerous round indeed. Holzerk looking like he's made the decision to drop that rifle over at the expense of his own Kevlar. Unfortunately, it's Get Right who falls first. 1 of the rifles down. I want to get that one back immediately, and Freiburg peeking around might just be able to grab it through the smoke. M4 recovered, but that sound cue is given away. It won't mean too much in the grand scheme of things, though. Outside smokes now being deployed. by the boys over at Dignitas, but they're just trying to bait out positioning at the moment from the Budapest 5. They want to draw players and resources away to holding that outside angle. They'd like to burn some utility from these Hungarians if they can as well. There's only actually one smoke left for the CT squad, and their weaponry is sort of compromised. An MP9 and a shotgun, but Torji, he's got one of the M4s, and he's found 3 huge kills with it. Exist is only able to get 1 back on the A1S, and now he would need a 1-on-4 clutch in order to call this round a victory. Bodito spots him out and deals heavy damage as well. In fact, he can convert the kill, and Dignitas, they go 3-0 down, and they forced up into that last round, so they are going to have to take an eco in this one and guarantee their opponents potentially a 4th round on the board. And they have gone for slightly upgraded weaponry, but only Exist and Freiburg have dropped down to 1500 or so. They may decide to pick up Mac 10s even in the full gun round just to exploit pace. That's something that we know Exist definitely has the tendency to do on these T sides, and well, with the P250 he has the tendency to overwhelm Fleeve as well. Nice headshots securing that kill, but Flashy's rifle at longer range is starting to put these pistols to bed now. The bomb has been planted, so the pace might need to be picked up a little bit by the Budapest 5 squad as they look to retake this B bomb site in a 4 versus 4 fashion. Only one player with body armor though in the form of Freiburg as they start to run in. Flashy finds Holzer at close range. The opening Deagle shots missing for the moment, and the utility keeping Dignitas out of this defense. They can't really do anything to deny the plant at the moment. Freiburg is trying to spam away with his Tech 9, and he won't be able to deny the defuse, unfortunately. The Budapest 5 can pull it off, and perhaps if Freiburg had found a kill, that would have been a close one. Unfortunately for Dignitas, though, they do go 4-0 down, and now the Hungarians are looking for a 5-0 conversion in this full gun round. And in fact, Freiburg, Forest and Holzerk are all yet to frag at the moment. Still early days on Nuke, but we're going to need some more firepower from these Dignitas boys if they want to avoid the upset here on their opponent's strongest map. Flashy taking down Get Right immediately. That is not the way Dignitas were looking to start this round. Another opening kill found by the Budapest 5. And this is a squad who are nearly 50 rankings below their opponents in the global grand scheme of things. Dignitas at number 44 and the Budapest 5 at number 90. Yes, Digger on the more difficult T side of this map, but still, you are going to need to put 6 rounds on the board. Otherwise, Budapest 5 squad is going to have a breeze of a time over on that offensive side. They're just creeping at the moment up towards the B bomb site. Fleet has heard the scope though and is ready for a second peek, but can't quite convert on to the AWPer. It's the man advantage held on though by the Budapest 5 squad, and that's what's important. They can continue to play for trade frags or Flashy. The coach standing in for this match might go big on the B bomb site. Can't convert the second kill on to Exist, but now it is the official players to be peeking in. They've allowed Holzerk to get off the plant, and that flash from his teammate has completely blinded Bodito, but in fact, they are able to clean this one up. Holzerk has found a single kill onto Torji, though, and this flank from Exist may be big. Bodito goes out the door, but they clearly don't anticipate this positioning. He turned around and spotted him, but still stuck that bomb. Corey now left in a 1-on-1 against Exist. He taps the bomb. Exist is running around furiously to try and deny this one. Shuts the door and opens them to take him off. He even converts that headshot as well. The Budapest 5, they make a critical mistake in the B bomb site. They can't retake it, and the IGL for Dignitas is up on 7. AK's back out for the T side, and utility starting to wane slightly for the Budapest 5. Torji has no nades available to assist his AWP, but at least he has the sniper in hand, peeking around outside and hunting for damage. This CT AWP has not quite been utilized yet by the Budapest 5, and now they need to be careful of their own economy should they lose control of this gun round, so it's very likely the AWP needs to find some impact. Standard utility deployment. Yet again from Dignitas in round number 6. They look for this outside control, and the Molotov is going to force Fleeve to back away, actually. He thinks about dropping the smoke there, but decides he doesn't want to waste it because he's going to need that smoke when they make their way into the secret tunnels later on to buy for time and delay that B execution. Flash dropped down so that Freiburg can peek through. That's the early angle found. The Molotov to keep them at bay, and then this smoke will be dropped to yet further defend Fleeve. Torji spotted out, actually. They know his position now, but he peeks back through the flames and lands that shot as well. Get right falling, and Fleeve is not able to find the shot onto Freiburg. Flashy trying to bail him out with the AUG though, and it may just work out here. Swings around for 2 big kills with the AUG. Now they aggress into him through the window as well, but he backs away for the help of his team. Picked up an AK now at closer range. He turns away from the flash, and Dignitas now with a 2-on-4 to pull off on the B bomb site. They still haven't planted the bomb. It's very unlikely they'd even be able to get into A in time, so saving the AKs here might just be the priority. They do exactly that. They save these rifles, or at least try to. The Budapest 5 are going to be aggressing, but not too far forward. The AK save forward, but a round 1 immediately by the Budapest 5 squad. And it's all on the coach standing in that round. He's on 7 kills as well. Mirroring exists scoreline, and interestingly, he's the highest fragger for the Budapest 5 squad at the moment. It's just a couple of AKs, 1 Deagle in the hands of Freiburg. That summarizes what the armored players can work with in this round. There are 2 Deags on the unarmored guys as well, but without any body armor, you've got to be pixel perfect. And well, Get Right is. He actually takes down Torji. That's an AWP recovered, and now Hulzerk has found Fleeve as well. This round starts to get dangerous for the Budapest 5. There is still a large amount of AKs on the board, and Bodito does well to get 2 kills back, but falling, it's still a man advantage in the favor of Dignitas. It's aggressive lobby positions, though. This is the adjustment you have to take if you're the Budapest 5. They have outside control. They can potentially wrap into the A site through heaven, so you need to then push out to lobby and look to retake from the other angles. Otherwise, you sit in the site. You're worried about players pushing potentially from lobby, mini, and heaven all at once. You can't protect yourself from all of those angles, no matter what cover you take in the A bomb site. So, unfortunately, you do have to push out to the lobby and place retake in those scenarios. But they've stuck in the A bomb site, or at least Corey has, and he's not quite been spotted out yet. No one peeking from mini, but that Molotov may force him away. Flashy, he can't do big work, but Corey can drop the bomb. That's going to force an engagement with 30 seconds left on the clock. The Flash can buy a little bit more time here. They're both low HP, so they have to hit these headshots, you have to imagine. But Corey's getting paranoid, turns around for the timing. Second player peeks out, but he can't convert the kill. Freiburg does well to secure that one for Dignitas. It nearly went awry, but they get it done with the Deagles and AKs. This gives us an opportunity to talk about our partners over at Hellcase, the biggest and most well-known case opening website that features nearly 100 cases, the updated case battle upgrader, and dozens of monthly giveaways. So make sure you go and check them out. For the first time in this half, the Budapest 5 have to take an eco, and it comes through in round number 8. One Deagle, CZ, but no body armor. That's the real problem for the CT side here. How were they expected to win out these engagements? Not not just against players with AKs and AWPs, but against players of the caliber of this Dignitas squad, of their tenure. Get Right's already found the opening engagement. Freiburg follows up and takes down the only Dig. Now it's a couple of P250s and a USPS. The best they can hope for is to catch an opponent off guard and deal some economic damage. This round, almost a certainty for Dignitas, but you can tell they're cognizant that it could have been a pistol armor buy from the CT side. They don't want to just peek in expecting to win all the engagements, and Corey is unable to find Freiburg. No damage yet dealt by the pistols, and there won't be any coming through either. The Budapest 5 get cleaned up totally by the Dignitas squad, who are starting to streak some rounds together now, but the Budapest 5 can get a full buyout and try and recover some of this defensive momentum. Warp out for Torji, but look at that CT utility. Oh, and he's been taken down immediately by Holzerk. This is not good news for the Budapest 5. Starting so strongly. This could be Dignitas now. Starting to warm up a little bit in the match. And Benito, he has no idea what's going on. Get Right defending the trophy room, nearly doubles up there onto Corey. I don't even think the Budapest 5 are going to attempt the retake in the B-bomb site. Not with the HP that Corey's on, and not with the cash they have in the bank. They need to pull away and save these rifles. That's Dignitas now up on 4. They're hunting down a 5th round conversion to attempt that tied scoreline and make this a very formidable T-half. It's getting quite dangerous for the Hungarian squad at the moment. And they want to make sure they don't lose control of their CT half. The cash now for Dignitas. It is really starting to build. Holzerk, the primary AWPer, has nearly $9,000 in the bank. Everyone else other than Get Right is above 5k as well for Dignitas at the moment. On the T side of Nuke, that does bode very well for them, as they'll be able to continue to bring out the buys and try and break the Budapest 5 economy in these further rounds. They have forced up around their 3 rifles, Scout and a FAMAS supporting what was saved, but the AWP found little success in the last round, and Flashy is going to walk straight through this smoke. Freiburg doesn't anticipate that one, neither does Exist, who can't swing around and land the shots. Huge play from the stand-in. Yet again, he is doing work, this Budapest 5 coach. Next engagement to be taken outside, and it's Holzerk to win it out against Torji. That's the deficit reduced to 1 in this round for Dignitas, and they'll be desperate for another free kill like that one. Making their way towards this B ramp at the moment. Flashy stuck around the corner, can't convert another shot now. That's a 3-on-3 scenario found by Dignitas. Despite the fact that Get Right's low, they'll just drop him onto the AWP and hope he can hit shots with the sniper rifle. There's nobody actively positioned to defend, but Fleeve has just arrived in time on the rotation. He'll be the first point of contact within the B-bomb site. Molotovs will keep him away from the stairs, though, and the sound cue gives away his position as well. Holzerk is going to try and slowly aggress into this one. The flames giving him cover, but he's not landing these shots, and Fleeve's able to take him down. Get Right on the AWP, does land a follow-up shot onto Corey. They know there's a second man in control room now, and Get Right has found him. Bodito on the FAMAS. What does he attempt? 1-on-2 in the B-bomb site. He's got 2 flashbangs, and his team, they need to start winning CT rounds, but instead side. It looks as though he might just try and pick up an AK and bail out of the round, shifting away with his rifle. It is the tied scoreline now for Dignitas. 5-5 on the T side. They are starting to come alive. And that CT economy is not in the position you want it to be in at round number 11 of the first half, especially after a start as strong as it was. A couple of pistols picked up around this one AK, but Dignitas now. The gears are turning. This machine is in motion. It's looking rather efficient on the T side as well. That nade could deal some decent damage. It does chunk down Hulzerk and Freiberg. Even exists a little bit there. Bring him into one-shot headshot potential from an M4, but there aren't any available for the CT side, so all in all, perhaps that utility damage rather insignificant in the round. This flank may not be from Flashy. It's very quick indeed. The fact that Get Right is positioned atop the roof is a potential weakness. They're using Pedito at the moment to bait them in as he has the lineup on the knife. Orp recovered, looks to land the shot above, but he can't quite hit it. Forrest gets one back at bare minimum, and Freiberg has taken down Torji. That knife was a huge mistake with the CD. He could have gotten 2 kills there if he fired on the upper player and then turned around to the Orpa, but instead he went for that knife. Wanted the bonus cash and the confirmed AWP, and that unfortunately has meant a lost round for the Budapest 5. A very good attempt, but no conversion for the Hungarians. Dignitas now out ahead in this first half with very few rounds remaining. They have an opportunity to continue scoring and dominate the T side of this map. Smokes drop, exist. He's down in the vents. Only taking a little bit of damage getting down there as well. But it is a ruse. They're not hitting the B bomb site. It's all on A, and Corey's missed his spray down, but Eco can follow it up at bare minimum. But Get Right is here as well, and Forrest has found Fleeve in heaven. That Molotov forces Torji away, and with the 2 snipers that the Budapest 5 brought into the round, it is the complete opposite to the weaponry that you want to have in a retake scenario. You never want 2 AWPs walking in and trying to wrestle out those close range players. The sniper rifles have to fall back to the CT spawn. It is another consecutive round secured by Dignitas. Now they are 7-5 ahead on the T side of this map and showing no signs of stopping. Double digits firmly within their reach in this opening best of 1, and that would leave the Budapest 5 in a nightmarish scenario on the T side. Rifles can just about come back out for the Budapest 5 squad. They're going to keep their 2 AWPs as they were saved forward, and they can afford to reinvest into 3 rifles following the drops from those 2 saved players. We need to see something new from the Budapest 5 here. At the moment, everything they're attempting really isn't working. Dignitas just have free reign over the T side. Fleeve has no idea that they're coming over the top and hunting him down, and it's a double entry for Dignitas. Torji gets one back with the AWP, but he has to bail away from heaven, especially now that utility's coming through and Forrest finding Bedito. It's a nightmarish engagement to lose outside. That leaves again 2 AWPs as the last alive in a 2-on-3 retake scenario. They didn't want to attempt it last time, and I can't see why they want to go for for it here. Torji might try and flash in, look for a shot, but Flashy doesn't look like he's trying to contest this one even. The Budapest 5 are being rinsed at the moment on their CT side, but it does look like these AWPs are giving it a go. Hulzerk taking down Flashy. That means Torji wants nothing to do with it. He's going to back off to CT and keep at least one sniper available in this next round. 8-5 lead for Dignitas now, and I believe it's 7 rounds consecutively in the half. Well, the Budapest 5, they can get these buys out, but rifles with very limited utility on the board. Bodito, he's not even going to be able to pick up an M4 and armor. Borgi has to drop it out for him. And things have really just fallen apart for the Budapest 5. They started very strong indeed, but as soon as the sleeping giants of Dignitas started to awake, there's been no slowing down on the D side at all. Flashy at close range can't overwhelm Freiburg, and it's the Dignitas squad now who have ramp control. Dorji can find a single kill back. It's important to bring it back into the 4-on-4, but Hulzerk is aware of any potential lobby aggression, and Fleeve is struggling to find engagements in towards control room. Corey's going to swing into the B-bomb site to try and make things work, and he has taken down Forest and Exist. Perhaps the Budapest 5 now start to stabilize as Fleeve kills Hulzerk and leaves Get Right alone in the B-bomb site, trying to find this clutch. He's on full HP, but against 3 CT players, it may not be enough. Dignitas have already done the work, and maybe Get Right could have held on to that one. He doesn't hold on to the spray, though, and that is going to be a 6th round for the Budapest 5. The last in the half approaching, and Dignitas still have plenty of cash to bring into it. This buy looking more competent than the last did from the Hungarian boys. They've got a lot more utility, and it's dealing slight amounts of damage at the start of the round. The nade goes slightly too deep. And outside control being taken rather aggressively. Hulzerk actually pushing out before the smokes. That's very risky indeed. But it's allowed definite secret control to the way of Dignitas. And Fleeve now in garage, he can't really do anything about it. He can try and stop them pushing into mini, but he's given his angle away and knows he has to back out now, as he could be approached from 2 sides at once. Holding from CT, he backs away very far, petrified of taking these engagements seemingly with the Dignitas squad, as they're cognizant there could be a player up in heaven. It's actually Flashy down below in hell who's going to try and peek out for the crossfire, but he's backed away and left Fleeve alone. Freiburg now is going to creep so far ahead and be able to take down Flashy. Fleeve can get it back, but that's his position confirmed, and it's a rather easy one to root out CTs from as well. Exist takes him down at incredibly long range with that AK, and Get Right expects the lobby aggression off the back of this one. Corey spots him out but doesn't get taken down, and Torji can still find a vital kill here. In fact, it's Bodito to bring it back even, and Torji does take down Hulzerk as well. Exist can't quite take him down. That nade should, though, but not before Torji is able to swing out for another kill. It's left the IGL in a 1v2 scenario at the end of this half. Can get the bomb plant down in the B site, but they're rushing into him at the moment. Bodito at close range, but Corey at long, who lands the shots. The Budapest 5, they get 7 at bare minimum, but 8 rounds is very strong from this Dignitas squad. Scores on the doors at half time. It's Get Right leading the way in terms of frags for Dignitas and the server at the moment. Corey and Torji trying to follow up closely with 13 and 12 apiece, but it's fairly balanced, all things considered. In fact, the Budapest 5 might actually edge out Dignitas in terms of fragging slightly there. So a regrettable scenario that they have not been able convert some of these rounds, but there have been a lot of saves going on, which is why perhaps the fragging is slightly weaker overall on this Dignitas squad. Now they head on to the CT side of Nuke as well, which really is home territory for them. They are more than comfortable on the CT half of this map, and it's really the Budapest 5 now who are going to be in serious trouble. They're not any kind of freak team that enjoys the T side of Nuke more than the CT. In fact, they are fairly standard, and the odds from our partners over at LootBet, based on that first half performance, they swing even more heavily into Dignitas' favour. The round advantage heading into the CT pistol. They convert this, and a 3-0 at the start of the half. It's going to be incredibly difficult for the Budapest 5 to come back into things. Berg aggressive. No one's peeked the angle yet. As the flash drains into the A-bomb site, now come the T's, but Forrest is here. Finds headshots with his USP, but Torji, Flashy, and Badito get 3 back with the Glocks and bring it into a 2-on-2 scenario. Man in heaven to defend the A-bomb site, 2 in fact, and Budapest 5 don't want to take that engagement. They back away straight into the B-bomb site and commit to that plant. That means the rotation is necessary from ramp, and Flashy does not have Kevlar available. Neither does Get Right, and there is a HE available on him, but now it's dropped by Torji, and left exist in the 1v2 scenario. Has to find these taps, drops down and gives the thank you away. Finds both kills! What on earth is that exist? That is ridiculous. His kills are quicker than the frame rate of my monitor. Secures both of them there and wins Dignitas the opening pistol of the second half. What an absolute animal, and what a way for Dig to pick up this first round. That is insanity. Oh my word, exist. That is crazy. Now the Budapest 5, they can go for a force-up with relatively strong weapons. AKs and Galils on the board. The problem is that they don't have any utility on any other map. It's a stronger buy than the CTs, but Nuke and perhaps on train as well. You really need the utility to get stuff done on the T side. And without these nades, just 2 flashes to work with, even though there are 3 SMGs on the board for the Dignitas squad, if they use their utility correctly, they should be able to convert this one. Get Right takes a tag on that M4. He might drop it over to a full HP player even. Is Forrest who's going to pick that one up, and Exist has spotted out a Galil in the ramp room as well. So far it's only tags found by Dignitas, and now they're starting to run out of utility, which means the longer this round goes on, the more powerful the rifles on the T side become, as they are just taking dry engagements against CTs at increased levels of firepower. That's Hallzerk dropping the second M4 now, but this MP9 from Fireberg is massive. Drops the bomb, and he's only on 1 HP as well. He can stay alive and back away. Forrest has beaten the scout, and Fleeve in a 1-on-3. They're all incredibly low, but it's still 3 players to find, and it's still only a Galil in his hands. He hears the drop, but it's down in the A bomb site, and with 30 seconds remaining, he still has a bomb to recover. He creeps in Mini. Picked up the bomb as well, but Freiberg's converted the shots. A very close one, but the Dignitas boys still manage to pull it off. The Budapest 5 now dropping down onto a hard eco. They absolutely have to, and Dignitas looking to steam even further ahead on their own map pick. All those HEs have done a hefty amount of damage at the start of the round. Corey and Torji tagged rather low indeed. Hallzerk's already finished off Corey. Get Right finds Torji. Meanwhile, Forrest and Hallzerk have opened up for more kills deeper towards the outside angle, and that's left Flashy totally alone in this eco. No points of damage dealt yet in a second consecutive full eco for the Budapest 5 squad. In terms of the halves, when they took that hard eco that you have to over on that CT side, they weren't able to deal any damage to Dig, and the likewise is the case here. AK's out, 4 of them, and probably a 5th being picked up by Fleeve as well. The AWP is just out of his range, regrettably. And Dignitas, this isn't even really a bonus buy here, because they lost quite a few players against the Galils in the second round. They've made the investments into the rifles, and they still have decent cash reserves. Freiburg and Forest might not be able to buy in an upcoming round with a loss, but Exist and Hulzerk definitely would. Get Right maybe even as well. The outside smokes. This time they give the Budapest 5 away into secret. Hulzerk just looking for that early Molotov drop, and the sound cues, they give it to him. Buys him room for retreat, and that HE, if deployed, won't yield any damage as the Budapest 5 have gone back up the secret stairs and now it's peeked into the garage. That's poor from Get Right though, misses out an important spray down, and that's the first kill now found by the Budapest 5. Man advantage on the T side and outside control firmly with them. Now they look to move down into the secret tunnels. Hulzerk is still here with his AUG. He's repositioning though. Just about arrives on the headshot angle, but Corey anticipates it and taps his head off as well. Forest has dropped down in the site as well. Now Dignitas need to begin their rotations as Exist has arrived for support. It's a 2-on-5 in the bomb site at the moment though, as Freiburg is nowhere to be seen. Exist is torn asunder and there's nothing Forest can do bar getting a single kill. Freiburg now knows it's very unlikely he'll be able to retake this site on his own despite having an AK in hand. He does find an opening headshot. With 2 low HP players, this isn't impossible. As long as he finds Corey early on, he could get lucky here. Corey at close range does reveal himself, but backs away around the wall. Freiburg finds one shot, but Benito is there eventually to clean it up. A T-side round secured by the Budapest 5 in the first full gun round, but the investment will actually come through there. After the kills on Forest and Freiburg, that extra $300 does just give them enough to pick up M4s and head armor. Another full investment from Dignitas, but an attempt now for the Budapest 5 to take economic control of this half. Breaking all the windows. Fairly standard on this T-side setup. Just holding passive. No reason to be rushing in, and you really want to avoid rushing into an A-bomb site that has plenty of flashbangs available. You will just be totally blind, and the crossfires you can have set up in that A-bomb site, they are so beautiful to work with if your opponents have no vision. Slow utility deployment in the A-bomb site, but the Budapest 5 are looking to make their way in. Forest dropping down and giving a sound cue, but it's Freiburg who's got a big double up above. It's totally shut down by Dignitas. No way into the A-bomb site for the Budapest 5. Borgi totally alone on the AK. 45 seconds left on the clock. I don't even know if he's going to consider the save. He really should as he sits in lobby, but he might go aggressive hunting for some kills here. He's looking to walk forward into the A-bomb site, and there is an AWP waiting for him to do just that, and it takes him down. Hulzerk with his second kill in the round, and Dignitas going 12-8 up. The Budapest 5 can't convert consecutive full gun rounds, and surviving with 5 alive is a bit of a breath of fresh air for the Dig economy as well. They're up against an ecoing Budapest 5 squad now and should have the opportunity to put 13-8 on the board. Well, they go through the flames, actually, to get outside this time, but It's Halzerk who shuts that one down from Corey, and there is a massive gap in those smokes. You're not getting through that Budapest 5. That is absolutely huge. A stinker for them to try and contest with. The pistols rush forward, but they don't find any damage. A second consecutive round where Dignitas survive with all of their players. That means they have a full buy confirmed despite a potential loss in this round. And at 13-8 up, that's a great safety net to have. Budapest 5 on the T side of Nuke have to have Flashy drop down onto a Galil so that they can get utility. That is definitely the correct call to be making, as the nades are more important than the slight firepower advantages, at least in my opinion. They look to go quickly into the A site, or at least into the vents, but Corey has been taken down by Freiburg very early on indeed. They're quickly into the B bomb site though, and Benito is overwhelmed exist. Forest finds Fleeve, and that keeps the man advantage in Dignitas' favor. Get Right's rotating in very quickly now as well, and it's a 4-on-3 retake within the B bomb site. Benito nearly opens the doors to his death, and instead he runs into that smoke, which allows Get Right to convert him. The nade onto Benito finds him as well, and Torji from the vents can't hunt down Forest. This time they only lose one player, but Dignitas still keep the majority of their side alive at the end of this round. 14-8 up now. They're starting to develop serious momentum, and they are looking to close out map point in this incoming round. A full complement of AKs can still come out for the Budapest 5, though. They've got that loss bonus to work with. They deploy their outside smokes, but Get Right has just gone straight in front of them, and he might even take down Corey atop the silo. Instead, oh no, the damage causes him to die to a tick from Halzerk's molly, and now this could go wrong in the A bomb site. Fleeve finds Freiburg, and Benito onto Forest means that the Budapest 5 do have control of A. Halzerk needs to find that kill, and he can't get it on the low HP Fleeve. Exists now pushing Trophy Room, is not able to take advantage, and that one a little bit risky for Dignitas. They try and take aggressive outside control, but dying in the Molotov means they are unprepared and under-equipped to deal with that A bomb site attack. The full weapons can still come out now though, and I'm expecting a more passive round for the Dignitas squad. Freiburg, that's a massive opening kill to find. He drops the bomb, and he's baited in aggression as well. Fleeve nearly doesn't secure that kill there. Very lucky to be able to convert it in the late instances and bring it back into a 4-on-4 for his squad. Budapest 5 don't have to commit to this A bomb site, but with a double entry, they might want to. Fleeve, that's a lot of work found. He doesn't get taken down by the nade either. The Molotov atop Heaven has forced two players away. This is a free bomb plant in the A site, but swinging around the corner is Exist. Orp found, but Benito is there for the trade. The smoke in Heaven might not allow Halzerk any vision though, and I don't know if they want to commit to the retake based off of that. It's only 2-on-3, but unless Exist can find an easy opening kill onto Benito, it could be Halzerk, all things considered, but as long as they get that kill, now I think they'll be willing to attempt the 2-on-2. Fleeve is low in the bomb site, and they know it, so it's really about finding Flashy at the close left angle. They've got him as well. Now Fleeve is quaking in his boots on only 28 HP. He's found the first player, but Halzerk connects the wallbang. There's no time though without a kit, and the Budapest 5 stay alive for the moment on Nuke. Dig, they are going to be buying up into this one. Exist and Freiburg both on M4s. Forest is as well. Let's just get right who's down on MP9, and maybe Forest or Exist might be thinking they want to drop over the upgraded rifle to your highest fragger, especially if he's been the outside player. Doesn't really want to be contesting that at long range. Instead, they send Halzerk with his AWP. And that smoke prevents him from peeking a top mini. That gives away, though, the positioning of these Budapest 5 players. And as they drop, they are both found. Hulzerk and Freiburg, massive crossfire, yielding perfect results there. They creep through the smoke further into Mini, but none of them have picked the bomb up. If they want to do that, they've got to peek back into Hulzerk's crosshairs, and they really would not want to take that engagement. Instead, they'll take down Forest and Freiburg in the site and try and make their way into the A bomb site, but there is no bomb control. Why is Hulzerk backed away when he knows he can deny the bomb pickup here if he wants to? My only thought is that he has no idea he does have control of this bomb. He doesn't realize they have to peek out into it, and that's allowed Get Right to get the flank on instead. Takes down Torji. It exists onto Fleeve, means it's Coach Flashy with a 1v3 clutch needed to deny map point. He can't get it done. Exist takes him down. And after a close last round, Dignitas claim victory in this one and deal the crippling blow to the Budapest 5 economy. Now, 16-10 is a very likely scenario unless the Budapest 5 can pull off some individual heroics with these pistols. A lot of utility, but no firepower. Just Eagles and Tech 9s. Not impossible to win a round with them. Certainly not the easiest. Freiburg in the site does get overwhelmed by the pace, and Forest up top can't convert any kills either. It's exactly what happens until Get Right jumps up from the vents with his MP9 to try and bail his team out of the round, but he can't convert the kill onto Fleeve, and that still leaves it in a 1v2 for Exist. He knows there's probably a player close below him, but doesn't want to take that engagement right now. He knows he has an opportunity to close out this map as well, but his opponents are bailing out into the B bomb site. He seems to be aware of that fact. Slow rotating in towards that B ramp. He's not going to be quick enough to deny a bomb plant or find a too aggressive position, but he spots out the MP9 and the close player behind the silo on the site as well. He can take a more defensive angle, look for heads, but can't hit them. Unfortunately for Exist, the Budapest 5 overwhelm the A bomb site, switch it up and get into B, and that keeps them alive here on Nuke. Needs to be an eco now for the Dig boys as they look for the victory in the next gun round. And it is the full eco as well. Exist, the only player below 2,000. Expecting this to be a free round for the Budapest 5 side. Maybe Get Right could have found impact there if Fleeve wasn't in the backlines waiting for exactly this play. Benito with the MP9 trying to find tags, but Exist actually comes out on top of that engagement with the USP. The nades, though, they start to clean up these unarmored pistoliers. And Exist atop heaven finds no more kills. Also can Forest both with Zeus's, but nobody picking them at close range. It doesn't seem to matter for Forest as he's able to secure a double headshot with that USPS, but not the second kill converted. Hulzerk on the Zeus now, hoping somebody is just going to push straight into him so he can find a free kill and make this a bit more expensive for the T side. It is still going to be a round for the Hungarians, though. Hulzerk not even attempting to push in at this point. There's very little point in him doing so. But it does mean he's not going to be able to get a kill at the end of this round. He does charge into the site with his Zeus, but is too far away to make that one work. That's even too long range to try and find Torji. He swings out and fires off, but can't connect the taser. And Dignitas, this is a must-win round, actually. They lose this, it's 15-13. They're probably down on another eco. It's 15-14 at that point in time. You're one round away from overtime. Not a scenario you want to be in at the start of the day. But they have come close. Even the rounds that they've been losing, they've not been totally convincing from the Budapest 5. It's come down to believe in a lot of occasions needed to put in big individual work. And it's come down onto these one-on-ones at the end, or sometimes Dignitas finding all the kills but just not having enough time left on the clock. No AWPs for the Budapest 5. No snipers whatsoever, despite the cash available to bring one out. 2 MP9s as Freiburg decides the A bomb site needs more utility than it does me on a rifle. Get right outside, trying to find damage through the smoke, and there it is onto Flashy. That's the game sense, that's the experience of Get Right finding the opener. I think he does actually spot out a player there. Badito comes out of secret and drops the bomb again at Hallberg's crosshair. Get Right converts that spray down, nearly on 30 kills as Freiburg finds Fleeve. If Corey wants to keep Budapest 5 away from their elimination series, he has to ace now against the entire Dignitas squad, and he has to do it all on his lonesome. No bomb control either as he looks out of secret to pick up that bomb. The AWP misses its opening shot, but the M4 does not. 28 kills for Get Right in the opening map of the day, and it's Dignitas who convert things 16-12. They're advancing to the winners match, and